Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we cut through the noise, grabbing the key bits of knowledge, the real insights from a whole stack of sources, all for you.
Exactly.
Today, we're diving deep into something, well, pretty crucial if you're thinking about living in Vietnam, navigating its transportation world. It's diverse, sometimes surprising for expats.
Yeah, it really can be.
And look, this isn't just about getting from A to B. It's figuring out how to do it safely, efficiently, and, with that local know-how that makes daily life smoother.
Absolutely. That transport landscape, it can feel like a bit of a whirlwind at first, almost overwhelming.
Right.
But that's what this deep dive is for. We want to break down those complexities, turn that overwhelmed feeling into something, well, empowering. We've sifted through the info to give you clear, actionable stuff.
Stuff that actually works.
Exactly. To make getting around Vietnam not just doable, but, hopefully enjoyable too.
Okay, awesome. And before we jump right in, a quick heads up. This deep dive was brought to you by ProCare Hanoi. They're the phone and laptop repair shop that, honestly, the expat community really trusts.
Heard good things.
Fast service, clear communication, and honest advice. Pretty much exactly what you need when your tech decides to take a vacation.
Yeah, usually at the worst possible time.
Always. And speaking of keeping things going, this show is a labor of love. So if you find value in these deep dives, any support through Buy Me a Coffee would be amazing. Seriously, every single cup helps keep this whole thing fueled.
Keeps the deep dives diving.
It does. Just scan the QR code in the podcast cover art. For those who've already chipped in, thank you, thank you, thank you. You're awesome.
Huge thanks.
Right, okay. Let's get into it. We've got a great set of sources here on getting around Vietnam, city streets, longer trips between cities, and yeah, that big one, riding your own motorbike.
The rite of passage, or perhaps the rite of terror for some.
Exactly. So let's start where most people land, literally. The big cities. Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, maybe Da Nang. What's the absolute first thing our sources say an expat needs for getting around? Like day one.
Oh, that's easy. It's got to be Grab.
Yeah.
Across the board, our sources highlight Grab as the essential expat tool.
Southeast Asia's Uber.
Pretty much, yeah. But it does more. The big pluses, the apps in English, huge relief. And crucially, you see the price up front. No awkward haggling.
That's massive. Takes away so much stress. What about the options? It's not just cars, is it?
No, that's the beauty of it. You've got Grab Bike, the motorbike taxis, super cheap, super fast for weaving through traffic, honestly, kind of fun too.
A bit of an adrenaline rush sometimes.
Can be. Then you've got regular cars, and they even do delivery. Payments flexible too, cash or card linked to the app.
Okay, so Grab Bike seems like a big one. Any pro tips from the sources for using it beyond just booking a ride?
Yeah, a few practical things came up. One big safety tip. Always, double check the license plate matches the app before you get on. Simple but important.
Good call. Easy to forget when you're in a rush.
Exactly. Also, rainy season, roughly April to September, definitely carry a small poncho or raincoat. You will get caught out otherwise.
Learned that the hard way.
We all do. And don't forget Grab rewards. If you use it a lot, those points actually add up to decent discounts.
Okay, but Grab isn't everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Or sometimes it's crazy busy.
That's the catch. It's fantastic in the main cities, but yeah, try getting one in a smaller town. Or during peak Tet holiday travel, it can be tough. Which raises that key question. What's your plan B then?
Right, the fallback, which usually means taxis.
Yeah.
The traditional ones.
Yep. The old reliable sometimes. But you need to be smart about it. Choose wisely. That's a strong message from the sources.
So which ones are generally okay? The safe bets.
Consistently, Mei Lin, they're the green ones, usually nationwide, always use the meter. And Vinasun, more common down south, also very reliable, needled.
Okay, green for Mei Lin, white with red for Vinasun mostly. Got it. And the ones to avoid.
Definitely steer clear of the random, unbranded taxis, especially hanging around airports or big tourist spots like Hoan Kim Lake or District 1. That's where the scams are more likely.
Yeah, I saw this specific story in the research. Really highlights it. A friend landed at Noi Bai in Hanoi. Got into what looked like a normal taxi, but nope. Meter was spinning like crazy. Driver took some weird back route.
Oh boy.
Tried to charge him 1 million VND, which is insane for that trip.
Wow, what happened?
Luckily, this guy spoke some Vietnamese, actually knew the proper route, and basically argued him down. Had to call a local friend for backup, I think. Ended up paying $200K, which is still high-ish, but way better than $1 million.
See? That's the risk. So the lesson is, know the rough route, stick to Mei Lin or Vinasun, or honestly, if you feel unsure at all, just open Grab. even if you wait a bit longer.
Totally. Okay, so grabbing the good taxis cover a lot. But what about public transport? For, saving money or just the local experience. Buses, the new metro lines.
Yeah.
Are they actually usable for expats?
That's a really good point because, Grab is easy, but public transport is different. The city buses in Hanoi and HCMC particularly are incredibly cheap, like 7,000 to 15,000 dong cheap pennies, basically.
Wow, okay. And are they decent?
Surprisingly, yeah. Sources say they're generally clean, getting better all the time. Worth trying if you're a bit adventurous. The main hurdles are often no English signs, and they get packed during rush hour.
Right. Sounds challenging without the language. Is there a hack for that?
There actually is. This came up as a solid tip. Download the Bus Map app, BUSMAP. It gives you live routes, tracks the buses. It's surprisingly good, even without knowing Vietnamese. Really helps navigate.
Okay, Bus Map. Good tip. And the metro. I know Hanoi has a line running now.
Yeah, Line 2A, Cat Lin to Ha Dong. And it's great. Smooth, air-conditioned, super clean, a totally different feel.
But it doesn't go everywhere yet, right?
Yeah. No, its reach is limited right now, but they're expanding. It's fascinating, actually, seeing how fast these modern options are popping up and changing how people move in the city.
It really is changing quickly. Okay, shifting from the city bustle, what about seeing the country? Trains came up in our sources. Sounds kind of romantic, old school.
Yeah, vibe is a good word for it. It's definitely an experience. Slower, sure, but scenic. Comfortable, too, if you manage expectations. Good for certain routes, like Hanoi down to Hue, or Da Nang, or HCMC up to Nha Trang.
And those overnight sleepers, what's the advice there?
Definitely go for the soft berth if you can. That's the shared 4-bed cabin, usually cleaner and comfier than the hard berth. Pro tips: bring your own water, snacks are a good idea, and absolutely bring a power bank for your phone. Outlets aren't guaranteed.
Sounds like an adventure in itself.
Yeah.
Booking them easy.
Yeah, pretty easy now. Websites like Beto Lao or 12go.asia let you book online, get e-tickets, or sometimes paper ones delivered. Straightforward.
But you mentioned slower. Are delays common compared to, say, a bus?
Delays can happen, yeah. It's part of the charm, maybe. They are generally slower than buses or obviously flying. So, connecting this back, it's about picking the right mode for what you need. Scenery and experience. Train's great. Speed, maybe not.
Makes sense. Choose your priority. Okay, now, the big one. The motorbike. That expat rite of passage.
Ah, yes. The freedom machine.
Total freedom, right?
Yeah.
No waiting, super
Yeah.
cheap. But what's the real story? The blunt truth from our sources feels like a really divisive topic.
It is hugely divisive. And look, the sources are pretty clear. The allure is real. The freedom is amazing. But it's risky, especially those first 3, maybe 6 months you're here. The traffic is just different.
How different?
Organized chaos, maybe. There's a flow, but it's not the same rules you're used to. We see accounts from people riding for years, no problems, love it. But then you hear about someone crashing in their first week, sometimes badly. So it really brings up that critical question. Are you personally prepared for that risk? Is that freedom worth the potential consequences?
So if someone is thinking about it, what's the absolute must-do advice? Especially around licenses and insurance. That seems critical.
Oh, massively critical. Number 1, get the right license. You need either a proper Vietnamese license or an international driving permit, the IDP. But crucially, it has to be paired with your valid home country license.
Just the home license isn't enough then.
Often no. And here's the kicker. If you crash without the correct valid license combo, your travel insurance, your health insurance, it likely won't cover you at all. You could be facing huge bills.
Wow. Okay, that's sobering. What else?
Always wear a decent helmet. Not one of those cheap plastic shells. A proper certified helmet. Avoid riding in heavy rain if you can. Visibility drops, roads get slick, and maybe avoid riding late at night initially.
Good advice. Any training available?
Yeah, actually. Some places in Hanoi and HCMC offer motorbike safety courses, even in English, aimed at expats. Highly recommended if you're serious. Just don't rush into it. Get a feel for the traffic as a passenger first.
Really sound advice. Okay, let's zoom out again. Intercity travel. You need to get from Hanoi to Sapa or HCMC down to the Mekong Delta. What are the top options?
For speed and distance, flights are often the winner. Vietnam Airlines, Vietjet, Bamboo Airways domestic flights can be surprisingly cheap, especially if you book ahead.
Any catches with flying domestic?
Well, the main one mentioned frequently is Vietjet delays. They're kind of infamous for them, so if you're booking Vietjet, maybe build in some buffer time. Vietnam Airlines and Bamboo are generally more reliable, maybe slightly pricier.
Okay, good to know. What about hitting the road? Sleeper buses? They sound memorable.
Memorable is one word. Sources often say not for the faint of heart. But look, they're a super budget-friendly way to travel overnight. You get a reclining seat, sort of like a pod, aircon usually. Comfort levels vary wildly. The advice is stick to the well-regarded companies. Fuda Bus Lines, Sapa Express, they tend to be cleaner, safer, more reliable than some random operators. It's an adventure for sure.
Right. An adventure you might only want once. What if you're in a group or just want more comfort?
Then a private transfer hiring a car and driver is a great option. Much more comfortable, totally flexible schedule. You can stop where you want.
Sounds pricier, though.
It is, yeah, especially compared to a bus. But split between a few people, it can be reasonable. The key is to negotiate the price clearly up front. Ask your hotel to help arrange it, or a local friend. They often know reliable drivers and fair rates.
Makes sense. Yeah, personally, for those medium trips, like under 6 hours, I'm leaning towards the train for the vibe, or maybe a private car if the budget stretches.
Yeah.
Less hassle than flying, more comfy than the bus.
Good summary. It depends on the distance and your priorities.
Okay, perfect. And just before we wrap this all up into a final takeaway, one more massive thank you to our sponsor, ProCare Hanoi. Seriously, if your phone screen looks like a spider web or your laptop is acting up, especially before something important.
Which it always does.
Right. Check out ProCare Hanoi. They've been trusted by expats since 2009. English-speaking, quick turnaround, fair prices. Find them on Facebook, ProCare Hanoi, or their shops in Tejo. Tell them the Deep Dive sent you.
Definitely good to have a reliable tech fix place.
Absolutely essential. Okay, so let's bring this all home for you, the listener. My honest breakdown, synthesizing everything from our sources. Your best bets for getting around Vietnam.
Lay it on us.
In the big cities, Hanoi, HCMC. Your daily toolkit is GrabBike. It's just too useful. Add in the metro where it makes sense, and keep those reliable taxi brands, Mail-In and Venison, in your back pocket for when you need a car.
Solid city plan.
For shorter trips, maybe 3 to 5 hours between places. The train offers that unique experience, or a private car gives you comfort and convenience.
Right. Trade-offs there.
Longer journeys across the country. Flights are usually your friend. Just watch out for those potential Vietjet delays.
Yes, doctor it in.
And for just pottering around your neighborhood doing errands, an e-bike or even a regular bicycle can be great if you feel safe and comfortable on the local roads. But, and this is the big BUT from our deep dive, that motorbike you might be tempted to buy. Unless you really know the roads, have done your homework on licenses, insurance, got some practice, maybe hold off at the start. Seriously, consider skipping riding your own motorbike initially. Safety first.
That's the core message, isn't it? What's fascinating here isn't finding the one perfect transport method. It doesn't exist. It's about understanding all the options, this whole spectrum, and then picking the right tool for that specific journey, that specific need.
Exactly.
And always applying that filter, safety first. Then maybe comfort, then price. Get those priorities right, and you'll navigate things much better.
Well said. And that wraps up our deep dive for today. We really hope this gives you the confidence and the practical info to get out there and explore Vietnam safely and effectively.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe leaves you with a little thought to chew on. Given how fast Vietnam's infrastructure is changing, new highways, metro lines expanding, how different might all these transport options look in, say, 5 or 10 years?
Interesting question.
What new opportunities or maybe new challenges could that bring for expats down the line? Something to think about.
Definitely something to think about. Until our next deep dive, stay safe out there, stay curious, and keep exploring one ride at a time.